Hello, today I'll be rating most of the gacha games I have played. So what's a gacha game? Gacha is derived from the Japanese word gachapon, which is the prize you get from a toy vending machine. Gacha games use the same concept where you test your luck to receive a desired prize. These games normally make you pay some form of currency to pull a gacha and give you the option to use actual money to purchase for gacha pull chances. Some other words you need to know. Pull, similar to how you pull on a slot machine, is a term used by gacha games to refer to when you input currency for a chance to get a gacha prize. Free to play refers to players that don't spend money on the game. Pay to play refers to players who pay money to play the game. I've been playing gacha games for over 6 years and I may have a gacha addiction. And I really like gacha games because it's fun. Unfortunately, playing gacha games are an investment. I spend on average 5 hours playing gacha games a day, sacrifice my own money for gacha pulls, and sometimes stay up past curfew just to play them. Okay, so here's a list of every gacha game that I've played over the past 6 to 7 years. To make this presentation a little easier to understand, I have divided these games into 6 categories: turn-based combat, real-time combat, rhythm game, turn-based and rhythm game, asymmetrical horror, and dating simulation. I will be scoring each game on 3 subjects. Plot is for how well the story is written, graphics for the art, frame rate, character design, and technical difficulties, and the gacha system where it's scored based on how easy it is to collect the currency, how much it costs to pull a gacha, how often it is to pull the highest rarity prize, and the usefulness of the prize, and the total score would be the average of the 3 subjects. Starting with the first games, turn-based combat games. These games are when characters take turns with the opponents to attack each other. The Stray Dogs Tale of the Lost tells the story of a guy with supernatural abilities who saves the city and even the world with his friends and enemies who also have supernatural abilities. The story has some dark humor and topics that majority of viewers don't really pick up on or feel uncomfortable with. Plot 6 out of 10. Skill animation is a little choppy, and after an hour or 2 your phone starts heating up. However, the characters' designs are pretty good. Graphics 7 out of 10. Character cards are the gacha prize of the game. Each card comes with its own skills and benefits for your combat team. 1 pull is 25 stones, 11 pulls is 250, which is a pretty good discount since 250 is technically 10 pulls. You're guaranteed a high rarity card at 100. The game also offers step-up banners. The company is also pretty generous with giving players more stones on holidays, birthdays, download milestones, and celebrations. Gacha score is 9 out of 10, which gives the game an overall 7.3 out of 10. Honkai Star Rail. The protagonist travels to other planets with his friends to defeat Stellarons, which are things that can destroy the world or even the universe. There's also humor. Plot 9 out of 10. Art and animation is high quality, characters are hot, frame rate is fine, graphics 10 out of 10. The currency is Stellar Jade, 160 needed for 1 pull, 1,600 for 10. You could get 60 Jade daily and 195 weekly. There's 3 banners: character, light cone, and standard. Characters and light cones have their own unique skills and buffs. You have a guaranteed high rarity at 90 pulls, but a 50-50 chance of getting the advertised character. If you don't get that character on the 90th pull, the next 90th pull, you'll get the advertised character. Honkai offers a rollover, which is when your pull count is applied to the next gacha. Gacha is a 9 out of 10. Total score 9.33 out of 10. Yume 100. You go on a journey with over 100 hot princes to protect every kingdom you travel to. Plot 8 out of 10. The currency is fairy stones, and the game has 4 gachas that use the same currency: regular, event, memory, and special, which unlocks prince cards that have unique buffs and skills in battle. There's the occasional free gacha that comes once or twice a year in friend points gacha, but no one really cares about that. 1 fairy stone is earned daily. Gacha 5 out of 10. Total score 6.66 out of 10. Real-time combat is when you're free to attack your enemy at your own pace. Genshin is about a person trying to find their long-lost twin, but learns the horrors of the world as they travel through it and interact with the world's citizens. Plot 8 out of 10. Characters are unique from each other, but recently they released a character that has the exact same color palette as another one. Graphics are pretty good, but there's also the occasional clipping and objects not loading in. Frame rate also drops sometimes. 7 out of 10. Gacha system is just like Honkai Star Rail, except for the fact that the free starter characters are only available on the standard banner, and instead of light cones, the prizes are weapons. Gacha 8 out of 10, total score 7.66 out of 10. Storm Cloud. The player helps other characters obtain fragments of the character's former selves to regain their memories, personalities, and abilities. Plot 8 out of 10. 2D art is really pretty and some of the art is animated. There's no lag, 3D models are cute, graphics 10 out of 10. 150 quartz sand is needed for 1 pull, 1,500 for 10. You're guaranteed the highest rarity character at 60 pulls. You can get 60 sand daily and 720 per week. Gacha is 9 out of 10. Total score 8 out of 10. Obey Me. The player somehow gets transported to hell and becomes a girl/boyfriend and therapist of 10 demons, 2 angels, 1 Grim Reaper, and a human whose age is closer to infinity, and raises an angel kid as if it was their own child. The characters are based on the Lesser Key of Solomon and Binsfeld's Demon's classification of the Princess of Hell. 8 out of 10. Characters are hot, but some of their fashion doesn't make sense or is just really ugly. Frame rate is good, artwork is also pretty, but some of the character designs have some inconsistencies. 8 out of 10. There's 3 gachas that uses the same currency of devil points, standard, memory, and event. 30 devil points for 1 pull, 270 for 10, which is a pretty good discount. You could get 18 devil points a day. Gacha 5 out of 10. Total score 7 out of 10. Rhythm games are when you tap blocks or notes according to the beat of the music. Obey Me Nightbringer is a sequel to Obey Me. After Obey Me's story, the player gets thrown back in time to the moment when the 7 princes of hell just arrived in hell. You become the boy's babysitter and become involved in the politics of hell. Plot 7 out of 10. Graphics are the same, except the character designs are more consistent. Occasionally notes don't match up with the beat of the music. 8 out of 10. Gacha is also the same as the prequel. Gacha 5 out of 10. Total score 6.66 out of 10. Isekai follows the interactions and life of multiple music groups. Plot 6 out of 10. Art and animation is good, notes match up with the music, there's no lag, graphics 10 out of 10. Gacha pulls cost 300 for 1, 3,000 for 10. The prices are costumes or cards. Cards give buffs as you play. You could get 50 from daily logins and 10 from character interactions. Gacha is 7 out of 10, total score 7.66 out of 10. Hypnosis Mic Alternative Rap Battle follows the interactions and life of male rapper groups trying to survive in a Japan where people don't fight with weapons but with rap battles. Japan is also under a matriarchy, women control the government. Plot 8 out of 10. Art and animation is good, notes line up with the music. The interface and menu is a little crowded though, which makes it hard to navigate around. Graphics 7 out of 10. Gacha is 250 tokens for 1, 2,500 for 10. You could get 60 per day. Gacha is 6 out of 10. Total score 7 out of 10. There's one game that contains both turn-based combat and rhythm games, and that's Twisted Wonderland. The player is kidnapped by a medieval-styled carriage and thrown into a magical academy where the houses are based on 7 Disney villains. You play as the school's underpaid janitor and therapist. Plot 8 out of 10. Characters are hot, there's no lag, but there are times when the character sprites don't load in. Graphics 9 out of 10. Gacha prizes are character cards that come with unique skill sets and buffs. They're effective in turn-based combat aspect of the game, but serve no purpose in the rhythm game. 300 gems for 1 pull, 3,000 for 10. You can earn up to 60 a week. Gacha is a 6 out of 10, total score 7.66 out of 10. Symmetrical horror puts 2 teams with different abilities against each other, typically a monster versus team of humans. The goal of humans is to escape while the monster tries to eliminate the humans. Identity V. Each character comes with their own story, but the main story is that there's a detective that's commissioned to look for a missing girl in an abandoned manor. While looking for her, he reads a series of mysterious diaries and learns about the mysterious activities in the manor. The game took over 2 years to update Chapter 2. Plot 7 out of 10. And character design is very unique as it has a very Coraline art style. There's a lot of clipping and bugs. Even with high-speed Wi-Fi, the connection is somehow always at 999 ping. Graphics 4 out of 10. The gacha prize of the game are character costumes, profile pictures, and pets, which serve no use in the game other than looking pretty. Currency is called Inspiration. It costs 96 for 1 pull. You get a guaranteed S tier costume at 250, and every 60 pulls in A tier, you could get 20 inspiration per week from the weekly login. Gacha 2 out of 10. Total score 4.33 out of 10. Dead by Daylight, a supernatural being called the Entity, summons killers or victims of tragedies from multiple universes and franchises to do its bidding by killing humans that were also summoned by the Entity. Each character also comes with their own story and background. Plot 6 out of 10. Art is great, models and world not so much. The objects are a little choppy, frame rate is fine, graphics 8 out of 10. Gacha prizes are cosmetic items such as hair, clothing, and costumes, which serve no purpose other than looking pretty. There's 2 gachas, standard and event. The standard gacha requires Sinister Stone, which can be obtained by tasks and logging in. Prizes in the standard gacha remain the same, there's nothing new. The event banner requires Arctic cells, which can only be purchased with real money. Gacha 1 out of 10, total score 5 out of 10. Dating sim, where you, the player, actually romance a fictional character. Ikemen Vampire is a dating sim. The player finds a mysterious door at the Louvre Museum, finds a manor at the opposite side of the door. The residents of the manor are famous historical figures such as Napoleon and Mozart, and there are also vampires, and the player can choose to romance any of the characters. Plot 5 out of 10. Art is really pretty, but it feels like 2 different companies made the game if you compare it with the chibi art. The server is based in Japan, so it's kind of slow, and the character sprites sometimes don't load in. Graphics is 5 out of 10. Gacha prizes are character costumes and visual cards, which give the player exclusive episodes of the character. Tokens, the currency for the gacha, are only from logging in or purchased with real money. Gacha 2 out of 10, total score 4 out of 10. Secret Crossing, the player is a botanical researcher who finds rare plant species that can have a human body in the company's research lab. You're assigned to take care of them while also trying to expose your boss for scientific and political misconduct. Plot 7 out of 10. Art is pretty, characters are hot, but their fashion sense is kinda eh. Graphics 7 out of 10. Gacha prizes are cards which cost 300 gems. Cards have different elements and art. There's 2 gachas, event and standard. They use the same currency. You could earn 600 gems from daily tasks and 5 per card battle you participate in. You also get 1 free pull every day on the standard gacha. Gacha 7 out of 10. Total scores is 7 out of 10. Okay, I'm done.